DEI is dying around the country and it's dying around the world thanks to President Trump. And it's even dying in blue states like Oregon. A city council just outside of Portland has announced that they are dissolving their DEI committee. It's the second county now in the state of Oregon, the deep blue state of Oregon, that has announced this. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. Let's go. Hey guys, David Medina here. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and follow me at David Medina PDX across all social media. That's X, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Turn the bells on for notifications so you don't miss a post, you don't miss a video. I know that big tech likes to censor sometimes. They like to shadow ban. So if you don't want to miss a post of mine, just turn those notifications on. But man, what a time to be alive, man. Look how far we've come just in America over the past 4 years, just to now, man. Like, President Trump is single-handedly, well, not, I shouldn't say single-handedly because we don't worship Trump, we worship God. But he is, God has put him in a position to start rolling back some of this nonsense that's happening around the country and around the world. The world is following suit too. I mean, you're seeing DEI go away across the world, especially our funding of it and the crazy funding that America has been taking part in under the Biden administration for these DEI policies in these other countries like Iraq and Sri Lanka and all that. It's just, dude, common sense is being brought back, and we all are so grateful, aren't we? It's just freaking amazing, man. It's a good time to be alive, a good time to be an American. So if you haven't been paying attention, these blue states around America are freaking out right now, especially my home state of Oregon, where I'm in right now. They're freaking out because federal funding is being frozen for just all different kinds of things, especially education, because they're refusing to comply with President Trump's, his main thing is recognizing that there's only male and female. He's made it an executive order for the United States to only recognize, the federal government to recognize male and female. And some of these schools that want to push this transgender like agenda and everything, they're refusing to comply. Like in Maine, they're still allowing, the Maine governors allowing men to be to remain in girls' sports. And we saw that clip of President Trump calling her out to her face at the White House meeting. It was just so amazing. But this is, I'm just going to show you. I mean, this was his White House Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller, was at CPAC, and listen to what he had to say.
Perhaps the most exciting of all is the fact that every single day, the entire White House staff, the entire administration, the entire cabinet, on behalf of President Trump and his extraordinary leadership, is getting the lies out of our schools, the men out of women's sports, the poison out of our foods, the woke out of our military, the predators off our streets, and the illegal aliens the hell out of our country.
I think the most important thing here from Stephen Miller was the woke out of the military, because if we're going to be strong and we're going to protect ourselves and protect our interests abroad, we have to have a strong military. And the fact that it was so woke, I mean, who was the Rachel? God, I forgot his name, but I forgot this position. I'm having a brain fart today, but they had like men that are like identifying as women be in charge of like high military positions. They're having, like, you guys remember those woke military commercials and those like woke TikToks of like our military like doing some like they just picked up people in the middle of Portland and just put military outfits on them and then just told them to make a video. It's just crazy. Like, our military has become a joke. Our military commercials have become a joke. They are making fun of us overseas. In Russia, they were making fun of us across the world. We are a laughing stock. It's why war broke out so freaking much during the Biden administration. That's why the world went crazy, because when America is weak, when especially our military is a laughing stock, nobody takes us seriously. So now we have a president back that, and I'm just going to say, like, Trump's not perfect, but man, he does care about the country, or at least tries to. And he's bringing back common sense. He's getting the woke garbage out of our military, out of our schools. And man, it's just amazing. Stephen Miller is kind of funny. He kind of cracks me up.
It's happening. It is happening.
He's like a Simpsons character.
Every day under President Trump, he is saying hell no to DEI. He is saying hell no to...
And no matter, listen, I ran into somebody the other day that was like she used to be conservative, now she identifies as libertarian. great woman, but she was like, gave me this like kind of attitude at first because she was like so disgusted that, you know, I'm promoting Trump so much. Like, how can you promote Trump? The system is nonsense. I'm like, you're probably right about the system. And, you know, I know Trump's not perfect, but one thing I was trying to tell her, there's so many things to be grateful for with Trump's presidency. You have to understand that he's not going to be perfect. He's not going to do everything you want him to do. If you're like a hardcore, like, especially if you're like a hardcore libertarian, he's not going to do everything you want him to do. And I don't agree with like his whole stance on AI and like how he's like propping up AI. Like that just means more control, because exactly what happened in 2020, I'm just going off on a little tangent here. In 2020, he kind of gave the Democrats like kind of like a softball with COVID and with the vaccines and the mandates. And what did they do with it? They took it and they like literally destroyed so many lives, and they ran with the mask mandates and the vaccine mandates. And so I kind of feel that's kind of the same thing he's doing with AI. Is like, we got to be careful, man, because when we give, you know, when we create a system like with AI and with control like AI, like the amount of control that AI can have over our lives and the amount of surveillance and big brother type situations, you don't think that the Democrats are going to run with that? You don't think the Democrats are going to use that as a way to control us even more? So, I get it, man. I get it. But at the same time, we can't black pill everything. There's a lot of good things that President Trump is doing. Like this DEI stuff, getting rid of the DEI. Do you know how refreshing it is as a father of a single father of a daughter to be able to show her that, hey, look, our country is still here. We're like, common sense is still here. And this is why we're thankful for elections and for President Trump, and for this is why it's important to vote. She's already seen the ripple effect within her friends and everything. There's a lot of good things. You can black pill anything. There's just people out there that are just going to black pill, that are just going to look at the glass half empty and always just have something to complain about, something to get upset about. You can multiple things can be true at once. You can be like, hey, I don't like what Trump's doing here, but also this is really good what he's doing, this rollback of DEI and bringing back common sense and recognizing male and female. I can't believe we have to fight this, but that's something to be excited about.
CRT. He is saying hell no to the indoctrination of our children, and is saying hell yes to the idea that America belongs to Americans.
Kind of giving me Kimberly Guilfoyle like vibes. I don't even know if I said her name right. Donald Trump's girl. Donald Trump Jr.'s girl. Or ex-girl. I don't even know if they're together still. The best is yet to come. Like, it's kind of like giving me those vibes. Yeah, and then President Trump here is he's exactly right. Listen to him.
DEI would have ruined our country, and 100%. Now it's dead. I think DEI is dead. So if they want to scrub the websites, that's okay with me. But
I love this guy. DEI it was ruining our country. It was absolutely ruining our country. Well, how can you say that, David? How can you just play a clip like that and not give us some examples? I'll give you some examples. How about I'll give you one that's close to home here in Oregon. How about that race, that high school track meet that I believe her name is Aster. I forgot her last name. I don't know why I'm not remembering these names right now, but a high school girl, biological girl, had her track 200-meter championship stolen by a freaking like super athletic male who identified as a female. I mean, that right there. It was found that there was like 800 medals that or trophies or championships or first place finishes that were taken from women across the world in athletic competition. The DEI stuff. It's like, how many people were passed up for promotions? How many people were passed up for that have worked their whole lives to get where they are? How many people were passed up for promotions because of DEI? How many businesses were ruined because of DEI? How many people that shouldn't be in positions of power or positions of leadership, but got there because of their skin color, because of DEI? That's what DEI promotes, guys. Let's not get it wrong. DEI promotes absolute racism. It looks at the color of somebody or their identity, their sexual identity, and it says, well, if we don't have enough of those of those in our leadership, then we need to just look for those, and not by merit, not by who's the best for the job, right? And my argument is like, okay, well, hey, transgender people and other people that feel like you're not given a fair shake, why don't you go work hard like the rest of us? I mean, I'm not like a white dude. I'm Hispanic. I'm half white, but I'm Hispanic. I look Hispanic. I worked my butt off to get to where I'm at. I had to work hard. I had to go through. Success takes hard work. And DEI ruins that. It's almost like the foundation for like a socialistic society, because it's just everything's even. Everybody gets even amount. Merit no longer, hard work no longer matters. And it disincentivizes hard work and pulling up yourself up by your bootstraps. So it absolutely was affecting our country. Look what it did to our military. Look what it did to our military, and then look how the world responded. War breaking out in Gaza, Hamas invading Israel and killing all those people. You have the Russia-Ukraine war. You have China that was threatening Taiwan. You have all different kinds of activity happening in the Middle East. War just completely broke out because DEI doesn't promote the best person. It promotes skin color. It promotes sexual identity. That's not America. America is like, no matter what you identify as, no matter what color you are, you will have a fair shot if you work hard. And so a lot of these, it's such a disservice to people of color. It's such a disservice to transgender people. It's if you really think about it, DEI is a disservice because it's saying you're not smart enough to get to where you are or to get to where you want to go, that you need help. So let us help you. And sometimes it prematurely will take you to positions of leadership when you didn't even work for it. So then you're like, oh, I guess I'm black, or I'm Hispanic, or, I'm transgender, or I'm gay. So, I guess I'll just roll with that, and it disincentivizes hard work. DEI is poison for any society, not just America. It's poison for any society because it doesn't put the best person, the best qualified people up top. And it doesn't matter what color they are or what they identify as, that they're the best person for the job. They're the best person for the job. Women, if these feminists are like, oh, well, more women need to get here. Well, how about you go work for it? Or you want WNBA players to be paid the same as NBA players, even though the NBA literally subsidizes the WNBA, like literally pays for the shortfall that they have in their budget. The WNBA costs the NBA money. And it's because the NBA brings in more money. People want to see the NBA more than the WNBA. It's just more entertaining. That's just how it is. So DEI is absolutely was ruining our country. And so this was some of the stuff that was going overseas. Check this out.
And stopped $50 million being sent to Gaza to buy condoms for Hamas. 50 million. And you know what's happened to them? They've used them as a method of making bombs. How about that? We stopped an attempt to make an illicit payment for illegal alien resettlement. We canceled $181 million in DEI training contracts. This is just for the training of people in DEI, which has been terminated and completely.
And you're probably like, David, how can you talk about DEI and DEI training? You've never been through it. No, I've been through the worst of the worst DEI training. Trust me. I was hired by the state of Oregon a little over a year ago. I worked for the state of Oregon. How they hired me, how I got through all the hoops, I have no idea. I got some good friends in the state. Let's just say that. But I got hired by the state of Oregon. I had to go through their whole DEI training. It is a joke. It is a joke. I have been through it. I have seen this training. It is solely based on how someone feels or how someone looks over merit, over someone that's skilled enough for the job. It taught us how to, so I worked at McLaren Correctional Facility. That's a correctional facility for juveniles, so juvie. And it was teaching us how to deal with transgender youth. If like one of them comes out to us, how do we deal with that? How to not make them feel weird? It was disgusting. And I'm glad that I got taken out of that. I'm glad they let me go.
And we paused $1.7 billion in unauthorized payments to foreign organizations, including stopping more than $40 million that was on its way out the door to the very corrupt World Health Organization, which has not done its job and not done it properly. Yeah. We also...
Yeah, so there you go. And then they're crying about it. This was just today at the students at University of Cincinnati stormed the University Board of Trustee meeting to protest the decision to dismantle DEI policies to comply with President Trump's executive order. So you're seeing how much influence the president has. You're seeing what the president can do, why elections are so important, why it's so important to vote. Because you had you have Facebook, literally Meta, Facebook, Instagram, taking away all their like woke emojis and woke like, features on their app. Like they rolled back their DEI. You have schools rolling back their DEIs. You have Target rolling back their DEIs. Like I'm telling you right now, when you have leadership, strong leadership, everything will follow suit. Because I would love to believe that these people that are rolling back this DEI garbage really didn't believe in it in the first place and was just following it because it was law. It was federal law, or it was the law of the land. This is why it's so important that we vote, man. Elections are so freaking important, you guys. And they're literally protesting and screaming and crying. They always have the drum too, like so dramatic. So all you're seeing here is just people that have been absolutely brainwashed and just that have been taught that DEI is a strength, and diversity, equity, and inclusion is our strength, and anything against it is racist. I mean, that's what they're taught in school. I went through college. I went through DEI training. I've been at jobs that did DEI training. I've talked to many people that have been through DEI training, and it literally teaches you that DEI is the only way. And there's no argument. There's no argument. There's no debate. DEI or racist. You either believe in DEI or you're a racist. It's such a terrible solution to a problem. And if there's any like job, if I will say, if there's jobs that are like practicing like discrimination, where they're like, I don't want to hire black people because I don't want my business to, like, that's not right. That's discrimination. We have laws already that protect that. We have laws that already protect people being discriminated against for their disability, sexual orientation, skin color, race, religion. There's already protections for that. And so, the fact that they say DEI, it's either DEI or you're a racist or a bigot. It's such a designed strategy to dismantle a society. It really is, because it creates division, and it actually makes people like those people that you saw protesting, those college kids, it actually makes them feel like they're fighting for something. It's such a lie. DEI is such a lie. I'm so glad it's dying. And ladies and gentlemen, it's even dying in places like Oregon. Guys, be happy, man. Let's be happy. Let's stop like being so negative and pessimistic. I'm trying to help myself to stop being so negative and pessimistic against things. And my life is changing, man. I'm waking up happy every day, because there's always things to be happy about. And even in deep blue states, and I say deep blue like because only Portland, Eugene go deep blue. Everywhere else in Oregon is pretty much as conservative, except for a couple spots. But even in the hellhole that is, and I say hellhole not because of the people or because of the scenery. It's the most beautiful state in the United States. You can fight me. I'll fight you over it. Oregon is beautiful. I'm talking about hellhole because of the people that run our state. Full Democrats, super majority. Even in states like this, city councils are like, we're done with DEI. Estacada City Council votes to remove DEI committee. That makes it county number 2 to delete their DEI policies and committee. Deschutes County was the other county that decided to dissolve this. Now, if you don't know where Estacada is at, let me take you to the map right here. Here's Portland, okay? Estacada is about like an hour and a half drive right here. So a little bit out in a conservative area, but still, it's still like, it's still got a lot of liberals over there. It's still got a lot of Democrats. And what a bold move to get rid of this. It was a vote of 5-2 to get rid of it. And Deschutes is like out in the, Deschutes is like the Bend, Redmond area. So if you see Portland right here, Deschutes County is going to be like right here. So this is Deschutes County. So it's about like a 2.5 hour drive from Portland. And a lot of liberals moving there lately. A lot of liberals from California, a lot of Portland liberals. We already saw that Portland is losing population year by year over the last few years. Big surprise, right? Because when you keep voting for Democrat policies, turns out your city's going to go to crap. They're actually like have an incoming like an economic doom right now, like an economic downturn. Like economists and economists are predicting that Portland is just it's not on the right track right now, and it's about to implode. And they're just moving to Bend right here, which is just like turning into another liberal hellhole of homelessness. And it's sad, man. I see pictures out of there. I got people living over there that send me videos every day about with the homeless and what's going on there. But even these guys over here, and that's Deschutes County, decided to get rid of their DEI. Man, this is just amazing, man. This is so cool. So it says, so let's play this video real quick. Let's watch this video from Fox 12.
In Clackamas County, a heated debate tonight over the future of DEI and the role that it will play in the community. The Estacada City Council heard from members of the public as they sounded off on the issue. Fox 12's Dylan Scott has more from this contentious meeting.
The Estacada City Council held a meeting Monday night to discuss the future of its Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. And as expected, there were passionate people here to discuss both sides of this debate.
This wasn't some radical idea that came out of left field. It was literally a direct response to what people in this community asked for.
Kimberly Abels was among the Estacada City Council members to spearhead their DEI committee nearly 5 years ago and said it's done a lot for everyone in this community.
Yeah, it works for you because
skyrocketing PG&E bills. How can we help?
Yeah, it works for you guys because you guys are part of that, like, that faction that I was just talking about that doesn't want to work hard, and you just want to try to get to where you are through your identity and not through hard work. And that's how you level the playing field with all these other people that you're jealous of, that work hard, that get to where they want to go. This is the people fighting this. No comment. I've talked to so many Democrats at my gym, in the community. I've talked to so many people of color that are like, DEI is so insulting. It's such a mess. It's divisive. It's divisive. It's insulting to me. I've had a black person tell me it's insulting to me as a black person because it's telling me I can't get to where I can go on my own, that I need help more than the white person. I mean, these are the people. These are the people right here. This Kimberly person helped create DEI in Estacada.
Folks in that space and bringing in
the white liberal woman, ladies and gentlemen, the white liberal woman has nothing else to fight for except for these stupid causes that only create division and actually aren't. There's nothing equality about DEI.
Energy Trust to help with that. We had Clackamas County. We've partnered with them in public health, and they gave us some Narcan that we were able to distribute. And we're just some volunteers that really want to figure out how do we get to our communities so we're not keep hearing from the same people over and over again.
However, many elected leaders in the small town of around 5,000 people in Clackamas County feel otherwise.
I don't care how you label it. I don't care what you call it. It is political, very political, and it's a hot topic.
Divisive.
Okay, all over the nation. You're right. And Estacada's not excluded from that. We're right in the middle of it.
Citing the loss of federal funding as well
Let's
as the
see who's holding the
divisive
sign.
nature of the DEI program, many said there are other ways to hear from underrepresented parts of this population.
The negative impact of DEI at the federal level regarding funds is, I believe it's true, and I think it's legitimate.
In a packed council meeting, the vote was 5-2 in favor of dissolving this group.
Amen.
Abel said she wished.
Oh, look at the white man up there asking for DEI to go away. Look at the white man up there. He's so racist. No, it's divisive, man. DEI is such a divisive, insulting to actual people of color, and even to transgender people. I'm going to say right now, because it's saying that you guys aren't smart enough to get to where you want to go. You're not smart enough to get into positions of leadership or pull yourself up and make it on your own. That you need help from the government. That's literally what DEI is. There's nothing equal about it. There's nothing inclusive about it.
Wishes many looked at this without a political lens.
White liberal woman
Especially
fighting
since
it.
There's no strong backup plan of how to receive vital community feedback in its place.
I actually think we need to see the smaller picture and get out of the discourse at the national level, at the federal level, even globally around what people think DEI is, what it's done in bigger cities, or even in Portland. That's not how DEI has played out in Estacada.
The next city council meeting is set for March 10th, when members will vote on an ordinance to dissolve this committee and then determine what the next steps will be.
Amazing. Amen, dude. A freaking man. And leave it to the white liberal woman to come in and save the day. Okay, it's so funny that the people that you see defending these policies are never the people of color, almost never the people of color, almost never the people like transgender people or the gay people. It's always the white liberals. It's always the white liberals that are fighting for this. Why? Because it gives them purpose, because they have nothing else to fight for. She ain't fighting for herself. You know dang well she ain't fighting for her health. She ain't fighting for anything else except these fake causes to make her feel better. I mean, like, it's just a joke. But at the same time, let's be happy. Ladies and gentlemen, DEI is dying. Thank the Lord. And just go talk to people in your community, man. Don't listen to these news organizations. Don't listen to these talking heads. I really encourage you, especially if you're in a blue state, go talk to your community. Go talk to your neighbors. Ask them. I know it's a tough question. Hey, what do you think of DEI? We'll keep it between you and I. What do you think of DEI? Like, get people's opinion. You're going to find that the majority of people do not agree with it. They're just too scared to speak up because they'll lose their jobs and they'll lose their circles and they'll lose their wine circles. And that's why they don't speak up. Like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you joining me. Make sure you follow me at David Medina PDX across all social media. Really appreciate you being with me. We will see you on the next video, baby. Be happy. Not everything is glass half empty. It's half full, man. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you for joining me.